What is it like being on the opposition benches after your time in ministerial office?
Well, on a personal level, it's intensely frustrating to go from having real power to change things. I never dreamt as a Lib Dem that I would ever be in a position to be in government to affect change, and so it was an enormously sort of enriching and invigorating experience, particularly when you were dealing with a subject that you cared a lot about, to actually try to build a momentum for change. And so I'm now left shouting on the sidelines, and that's frustrating. I think we are, as a party, starting to recover. We've, I think, now dispensed with that, the toxicity of being in government, particularly with the Conservatives. I think a lot of people have forgiven us for being in government. I will always defend the action we took. I think we were right to seek to implement liberal values in government, however tough it was. But I think it's a hard and long road back, and progressive politics in this country still faces a massive challenge.
Now, you would have had several people, not just the MPs, current and former, who had experience inside government, but also party staff. How has the party changed as a result of their experience in central government and experiencing working with ministers?
Well, first of all, we lost an awful lot of staff because of our diminished circumstances, which was obviously tragic. But I think it has also given us, as a party, a maturity, and potentially, albeit that we suffered enormous sort of reputational damage, I think there is a sense out there that, in a way, we are a mature and responsible party that can be in government, and we've demonstrated that we can be effective ministers in government. And so I think collectively we've learned a lot. I think we've in a way become more responsible. We have to, I think, through also the mistakes we made, we have to make sure always that what we say we could actually deliver in government. But nonetheless, there's no escaping the fact that the whole experience has been quite painful.
What's been your assessment of politics in Whitehall and Westminster since the European Union referendum, so between the referendum to the present day?
I think at the moment all of the momentum is with the Brexiteers. I think that the progressive forces, but also the forces that want to maintain a good relationship internationally and with our European partners, those forces are all over the place. There is no coherence of view about how we should best respond to Brexit, and I think it's critically important for a liberal progressive party to work out a clear policy agenda for how we respond, not just on the narrow issue of Brexit, but what our vision is for this country in the new circumstances that we find ourselves in. And I think that means respecting the decision in the referendum. You can't vote to give people a vote in the referendum and then say we don't like that outcome. But that doesn't mean that we have an absolute responsibility to fight for what we believe in, and that means a country that remains open to trade, but also open to people and to values, and to, in a sense, fight for the soul of this country in circumstances where a lot of what we stand for is under some threat. I suppose my other plea, though, is also for the European Union to respond constructively to this, and not simply to take the view that the only response is to make it as difficult as possible to discourage others, but to recognise that actually the big prize is to keep this continent together. And I think progressives across Europe have to think about how we can change the model to perhaps make it a bit more flexible, to ensure that the UK can remain part of a united Europe.
Lovely. Norman, thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.